Hello and welcome to yet another edition of On the Spot. I'm Ryan McDonald.
And I'm Rich Galp. We got a great show for you today. First up, we're going to look at the Classic Gaming Expo down in San Jose. We caught up with the president of Intellivision and ran into a guy who's still making games for the Jaguar.
Yeah, totally. It was awesome. I was actually down there. I got to see a little bit of the action. All kinds of fun stuff.
Sure. What else we got?
After that, we're going to be joined by Avery Score, who's the one of the assistant editors over at Wireless Gaming Review. Avery has got all kinds of fun stuff. You know, a lot of us console guys, when we think of mobile gaming, we just think of the Game Boy Advance, you know, PSP, DS coming out. These guys, they're all tied into the cell phone stuff, which includes the N-Gage. But yeah, if you want to know anything specific about cell phone gaming, these guys are going to kind of come by and give us some kind of big updates on what's happening. Super Real Tennis apparently is like the most amazing, graphically intense, cell phone game out there right now. Plus, they got some new N-Gage stuff to show us, so it should be pretty cool.
Cool. Also, earlier this week, there was a press event down in LA held by THQ. We got the lowdown on some of the games they showed there. And what else we got, Ryan?
After that, this is just in, by the way. We got ourselves the OK from EA. We just got the build-in today, as well as the OK, which is to show a live demo of Def Jam Fight for New York, which is sitting right over here. Me and Rich will show you some of the characters, some of the modes in there, as well as get a little battling out before we go.
I can't wait. This game looks awesome. Again, I love teasing these people. I have a huge TV right here, this awesome game on it. I'm going to get to play it. We'll play it. It'll be great. Also, if you have questions for us, as you can see on the page right now, if you're a GameSpot Complete member, send us your questions using the form that's right in front of you. Just fill it out. We'll take them live throughout the show. Also, we're starting to ramp up the effort of getting some voices live on the show. We're going to start taking phone calls. So if you're feeling brave next week, send us your phone number. We got some calls, We'll put your voice on the show, hear yourself live. It'll be cool.
On the Spot at GameSpot.com is where you want to send those messages.
That's right. Send your emails to onthespot@GameSpot.com along with your question and your phone number. If we like it, we'll give you a call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, last week, earlier this week, a little August 24th countdown, that finally happened. Last week, you sent us a ton of questions. What's I Love Bees all about? Well, we know now. The counter ended on Tuesday. Tuesday was August 24th. And for those of you who don't know, I Love Bees is basically a painfully viral marketing campaign that no one will stop talking about for Halo 2. And it's this web page that looks like it's been hacked by this AI from the future or something. And the latest gimmick was that there were GPS coordinates listed around the United States with times on them.
And locations.
And the GPS, if you looked at the times, and the guys all over the internet and girls, they figured it out that all these GPS coordinates were for payphones.
You got to get to the spot at the right time.
You got to get to the GPS coordinates, the 6 decimals of GPS coordinates, wait at the phone for the number, and here, we'll let this guy explain exactly what happens next.
If you get 2 of the 7 in your block, then it opens up an audio file. And it seems to be like a conversation between the computer, the AI, and some person. Oh, crazy. Acted out. And so it's opening up different pieces of the conversation, and that's supposed to review the story.
Well, I think 2 out of 7 in San Francisco Bay Area is not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Sounds simple enough, right? Basically, all it's saying is if you're at the GPS coordinate, you answer the questions on the phone properly. On the I Love Bees webpage, you unlock a WAV file, a sound recording from something that you have no idea what it's for. It's part of the story. It's not a demo or a poster for Halo 2. If you want to see what happens when the phone rings, though, in a couple seconds later, tune in tomorrow to Let's GameSpot, and we'll show you exactly what happens.
And that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Let's
I can't wait. I got to see.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
That's just totally insane, by the way.
It is extremely insane.
But yeah, so from the present of crazy viral marketing campaigns to the past and comfy comfort zone of old school gaming, our very own Roger Chang went down to the Classic Gaming Expo in San Jose, California this past week, actually last weekend. I was there, I kind of checked it out and saw some stuff too. But Roger filed this report for us, so let's go ahead and roll the clip and take a look and see what he found.
Here's an easy question for you. Which of these games is the closest thing to the real thing? A, Intellivision Major League Baseball. B, Atari Baseball. Here they are again, close up. A, Intellivision. B, Atari. If you thought A, Intellivision, you're absolutely correct.
This past weekend, the 7th Annual Classic Gaming Expo held its annual convention down in San Jose, the heart of Silicon Valley. Celebrating the roots and the history of video gaming, the Expo was a chance for many people to relive their youth. For others, it was an opportunity to share the early years of video gaming with an entirely new generation. Among them was Keith Robinson, president of Intellivision Productions.
I'm Keith Robinson. I'm president of Intellivision Productions and one of the former Blue Sky Rangers, one of the programmers at Mattel Electronics in the early 80s when Intellivision was being developed. Well, the main thing we've been doing is just making it available on more and more platforms. So our original games are now on PC, Mac, they're on cell phones, they're on PlayStation 2, Xbox. We just, at the show this week, you're now being able to see for the first time the GameCube version, which is going to be out for Christmas. We also have the handheld line, the direct-to-TV line, the Intellivision 25 and the 10. Those have now gone over 1 million in sales worldwide. The things we've been doing are to get out the games that we did back then, and the games we're going to develop are the games that we want to play. What you're seeing is what we like, and we hope other people like it too. How's that?
Also featured was an extensive video gaming museum, featuring many of the machines and games that helped such industry giants like Activision, Electronic Arts, and Atari get their start. Whether you cut your teeth on an Atari 2600 or started with an NES, there was something for everyone. The Expo was also a great opportunity for hobbyists and collectors to buy and sell. Some, like Carl Forehand, were selling games that they had personally written for vintage video gaming hardware.
I founded Songbird Productions back in 1999, and basically I love Atari games, and so I kind of got into self-producing new games for the Lynx and the Jaguar system. I started with the Lynx, really. I did a couple of games back in like the 98, 99 time frame, and then also around that same year I got into the Jag as well, and I've done about at least a half dozen games for each system so far. Yeah, that'd be that right there. The newest game I got out is Loops for the Atari Lynx. Is a new release that I just licensed from the original developers to publish this year. And it's kind of a cool puzzle game. It looks like a CD case, but it's actually got a Lynx cartridge inside here with a 256K ROM cartridge. It's a puzzle game. It's sort of similar to Tetris, where you get little pieces and they go on a game board, and then you have to complete a chain. Once you get the chain enclosed, then the blocks disappear off the screen.
Showcasing a wide variety of games and gaming hardware, the Expo was a tribute to the humble beginnings of today's multi-million-dollar industry. If you're interested in attending next year's Classic Gaming Expo or just want to learn more, you can visit their website at cgexpo.com.
And we're back, and that was the Classic Gaming Expo. Joining me right now here on set is Avery Score assistant editor, associate editor?
Assistant, I guess. I go by games editor.
Sure,
sometimes.
and you are here to write about wireless and mobile games for the cell phone, correct?
That is absolutely correct.
Before we talk about them, though, I've been told I have to ask you and get on camera your crazy tattoos. What you got?
All right, I got the GameCube logo here, which is pretty cool, and then this is Shinobi. Character design from the PS2 game.
So when did you get which?
I got the GameCube first because Nintendo's just such a cornerstone of my youth, and then I was like, wait, I can't leave out Sega, and hence
cool.
The Hatsuma tattoo.
That's hardcore. All right, sweet. Well, let's talk about some games, shall we?
But shell.
We got 3 games on tap today. The first one is Super Real Tennis. What's Super Real Tennis all about?
It is super real, Rich, and it's by Sega WoW, which would explain its uncanny resemblance to Virtua Tennis, if you have played that excellent title. Graphically, it's just above and beyond most of what's on certainly mainstream handsets. Of course, in Japan, they've had the game for a year and a half, but in America, you can only get it on the K700i, which is Sony Ericsson's new and awesome phone. Have it right here.
Would you say that the phone is worth getting just for the game?
I'd say so.
Wow.
Ryan Davis just wrote a review about it, and it was pretty laudatory. He loves the device.
Very cool, very cool. And now the next game we're going to talk about is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Jungle Storm. Long title. What's the game?
The game simply is basically what you'd expect from a Tom Clancy title, counterterrorism. You go in, bust up a Colombian drug organization, but the coolest part is the 8-way multiplayer. So you can have 8 dudes with N-Gages if you can find 8 dudes with N-Gages.
Oh, so this game's for the N-Gage, any N-Gage QD doesn't matter?
N-Gage QD and regular N-Gage are functionally identical. The only difference is this has a sweeter form factor. So,
so 8 players now. Does that mean you're all just standing around in like in a group and you play against each other? Can you be anywhere? How's it work?
It's like probably gives you a range of like 100 feet, pretty much. And you just stand around and yell at each other and play the game.
Or sit in the classroom next door pretending to work hard.
Right, exactly.
That's very cool.
Possibilities are limitless.
And the next game we have, the final game, is Nightmare Creatures.
Nightmare Creatures, which I think we're probably showing on the N-Gage. Actually not an N-Gage game. It's for Series 60, which is Nokia's proprietary operating system for its higher-end handsets.
So the N-Gage is in a higher-end handset? Is that what you're saying?
It totally is a higher-end handset. The thing about the N-Gage is it can play games on little MMC carts, which you insert in the bottom here, just like there, and also play installed Java games.
Oh.
Same kind of Java that you have on the computer or whatever.
So you don't need an N-Gage to play Nightmare Creatures?
You do not need an N-Gage. You can play it on the 3650, for example. Anything with Series 60, 7650, and it's a cool game.
Very cool. And if I'm sitting here all wide-eyed like this while we're talking, I'm going to be honest with you, I think the last person in San Francisco that doesn't own a cell phone.
You don't own a cell phone?
I don't own a cell phone. How cool is that?
That is pretty cool.
But I can respect these games. Tell me a little more about Nightmare Creatures. It's a beat 'em up?
Yeah, it's a beat 'em up. The art style is really reminiscent of stuff you might have seen from SNK on like the Neo Geo. It's got sort of an anime art style merged with this gothic flavor, as it were. You go around beating the crap out of zombies, which I think is a pretty sweet way to roll. And it's just all in all a good game.
And it won an award from you guys in Wireless Gaming Review, right?
Wireless Gaming Review was the site that I still work on and where I worked exclusively before coming to GameSpot. And it won a Moby, which is what we called sort of our little Oscars for cell phone games, in the lightweight category, meaning like small file size, kind of an oblique concept. But it won the best action game.
Very cool. And if people are looking for more information on all these games, they can check out GameSpot
Mobile,
or
GameSpot N-Gage, or Wireless Gaming Review, which is wgamer.com.
So you'd be hard-pressed to miss it since there's so many places you can find it.
It is.
Very cool. Well, thanks for coming on, Avery.
Hey, thanks.
I appreciate it. I'm going to shake your hand. That's great.
All right.
We'll see you around. All right, up next, you might remember THQ. It's the company most famous for their wrestling games and for once employing me as a tester. But earlier this week, they had a press event where they showed off a bunch of games, and here's a clip.
A publishing agreement with the co-creator of the Age of Empire franchise, Brian Sullivan. THQ will be publishing a new RPG from this development studio, Iron War, and this relationship is really one more step in our commitment to the high-end PC business. So stay tuned at future PC and press events for more information on that. Tonight, as I mentioned earlier, we're celebrating many of the key releases for the back half of 04 and early half of 05. Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War is looking tremendous. In addition, upstairs we've got Destroy All Humans, Stalker, and The Punisher. We also have some game stations down here. And we're showing off a couple titles based on our key property, WWE. So in addition to Day of Reckoning, I mentioned SmackDown. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a second. Day of Reckoning for GameCube is final and scheduled to trip throughout North America next Monday. The story mode and enhanced grappling system have really been a key focus for us this year, and I encourage you to check it out. We've had a lot of really tremendous feedback on that, and I think it's really nailed it this year. But let's talk about SmackDown for a second. I think last year, with Here Comes the Pain, we set a new bar in terms of game quality. The ratings were never better, but quite frankly, we weren't satisfied. I think our development team really works every year to take feedback from the fan base, from all of you, to say, what can we do better? And there was plenty of feedback about what we can do better, so let's talk about some of that. This year, we're going to deliver Superstar VO with commentary. You guys were all the first to say you had to have it. It's in the game. It's awesome, so I really encourage everyone to check that out tonight.
And we're back. Welcome back to On the Spot. I'm Ryan McDonald, slipping back into my seat that Avery stole for a little bit.
Sorry, man.
No, that's cool. But yeah, the THQ thing. I was over there and I was checking it out, and I got to tell you, that was Peter Dealey, by the way. Peter Dealey, old school game guy. He's been doing games for as long as I have, which, believe it or not, has been like 14 years or something crazy. But Peter Dealey, yeah, talking the knowledge, dropping the knowledge right there for THQ. They've got all kinds of fun stuff lined up at the event. They showed the Punisher, a lot of the stuff that he talked about. And I can tell you the Punisher looks wicked.
Punisher, I remember the footage we had at E3 where like the Punisher's like dunking dudes' heads in piranha tanks and stuff. Tell me more about it.
All right, some more of the stuff. So it's a traditional 3D action adventure game for the most part. The one thing that makes it largely untraditional is the whole interrogation thing that happens. So basically you come up to bad guys, and like the Punisher does in the comics and stuff, he comes up, and if he wants to know something, he's going to make you tell him, or he's probably going to just off you anyway, so whatever. But like the cool stuff like you're talking about, the piranha and the fish tank and all that, the cool thing I saw was there was the Punisher had this crazy like blowtorch, and he had this guy there, and he's like burn the guy on the face, and he's like tell me what I need to know. And so all that was really cool. There's another one I saw. The the Punisher's got him pinned down on this table, and it's like a kitchen or something like that. So they got one of those little racks with all the plates, all the little dishes that you cook with. Mm-hmm. And so this one rack though has all these knives, and so it's awesome because he's holding the guy down, and he's shaking this knife thing, and these knives are falling all around him, of course, and he's got to try to talk or whatever before the Punisher smokes him. But it's all about you just getting the information out of the guys, so it's a lot of fun stuff.
And I just read on GameSpot News that Thomas Jane, the Punisher from the movie, will be providing the voice of the video game character.
That's correct, yeah, totally. So Punisher's super hot. Of course, Destroy All Humans.
Destroy All Humans, that game looks awesome. Yeah, basically, you're an alien, and you're just trying to like wreck humans, pretty much.
Oh yeah, totally. They call it the most. You got to fight the most dangerous species in the galaxy, of course, and Destroy All Humans. It happens to be man. So you play this little dude, and you're going in and jumping in and out of people, and kind of like using them. Dogs can see you, and the crazy UFO nuts that wear like the tinfoil hats. They know who you are. They know what you're really all about. But yeah, super fun, super destructible. You can go through the environment, blow stuff up. We got tons of stuff on the site. All these pretty much include developer interviews all throughout the site. So if you go check out the individual game spaces or look for the THQ feature that has all the games that they showed at the event, you'll find lots and lots of information and gameplay and impressions and all kinds of good stuff.
Very cool. And speaking of all kinds of good stuff, I've been staring at this game for quite some time. Can we finally start playing some Def Jam Pipe in New York?
Absolutely. You got your controller there?
I got my controller right here.
All right. So
talk
right
us through it.
I've already got us into the one-on-one mode. The question is, you want crowd votes, you want standard rules, no hold barred, anything goes. What I really want to do is I want to get in and I want to check out the character selection screen.
Cool.
We've been getting some questions in. I saw some people sending some stuff in. One of the questions came in was asking, this is Mike from Michigan. He wants to know, will DMX be back in Def Jam 2? Well, we're going to find out right now live. So let's go ahead and see. I think you're already in there, so let me get in there, get my continue on. All right, so here we go. Here's the roster. Little Method Man. Little Fat Joe.
I'll go down. You go right.
Okay. Little Snoop Dogg. Little who's that guy?
That's Buster right there.
Buster Rhymes, man. He's looking built.
Bone Crusher, not looking built.
You got
Bubba Sparks, not looking built.
Redman is Doc. Ice-T. Ice-T's looking wicked, by the way. Ludacris, he's looking good. David Banner. Man, they made an Exhibit. They got the whole thing.
Oh, Flavor Flav. Look at the clock.
He's got the clock.
That's a nice suit.
Sticky Fingers. Oh yeah. Omar Epps. Nori.
There are a million dudes here.
There's a lot of dudes. Look at you. The list just keeps on going down.
Warren G.
You see any DMX yet?
Danny Trejo, Slick Rick,
Havoc,
Sean Paul. Now we're getting to the people that I don't know.
Mac 10, Lil Flip, Joe Budden, Sean Paul.
Unless he's in the top row.
I'm going down. Oh, look at there's some dudes locked up.
Oh, lock. Girls.
Henry Rollins. Look at that.
People made up. Locks.
I don't see no DMX though.
Maybe he's locked. Is he in this game?
I honestly don't know, but he's not showing up in the regular roster, and it's no surprise. I mean, he's got some troubles right now, so maybe the license isn't the best thing for him.
We are seeing 12 locked characters here though, so
that is true. You got Warren G in there.
I can guarantee you that outline is not DMX though.
Look at you got Trejo.
Oh, sweet.
He has been in tons of movies. Heat, you remember?
I remember Heat. He was the dude who's all bloody on the floor.
Yeah. All right, so that's the business. You want to back out? You want to get a match on?
Well, what do you want to do?
I want
to
see the modes. I want to see what we got. All right, so this is the main menu. You got your story, single player. You got your battle up to 4 players. So this is like the cool. You got some unlock rewards, little cool stuff for extras, beatbox, options, high scores, credits. Let's go ahead and see what the battle stuff you can pick from is. You got one-on-one. You got team match, double up, free for all, every man for himself. Window match. Watch your step. There's only one way out for the loser. That sounds like somebody's going out the window. That sounds like the one we got to do.
So does the loser go out the window?
Oh, I don't know. Subway match, dude. Look at that. Subway, all aboard. Your one-way ticket to pain. Demolition match. Rider get rolled. Inferno match. ring out. So you can tell this is truly live because this is the first time that me and Rich literally came in and like we were like, oh, can we show it? And we had to call him.
You don't want to play a subway match? We're playing this one.
Look, what was this? The window match?
Yeah, it's the window match.
Oh no, let's go ahead. Let's go for the subway match.
All right,
standard rules.
That wasn't it, dude.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you go, right there.
Thank you.
That's subway now.
All right. That's what we wanted to do.
Yeah, it's the subway.
All right, let's do that.
I think it's one where I get to throw you in front of a train.
That sounds good.
All right, cool.
Except I'll be doing the. Oh look at it! And they got 3 different outfits.
You already picked Method Man.
I don't want no Method Man. I want back out.
Back out.
All right. I'm going with. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning toward Ice-T to be honest.
I'm going Flavor Flav. I don't care what you say.
Ice-T, dude. Ice-T knows.
Now I said your style was submissions and my style is martial arts. Now that refers to the game's 3 style. I think there's 3 fighting styles.
Right.
You know what the third one is?
I do not.
I'm sure it showed us if we had been paying attention, but.
But I want to just get in. Oh, look at Ice-T.
Yeah. I can't tell who looks older.
They both look great.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That is definitely early Flavor Flav.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, now we're in the business.
Now I'll let you know that Ryan is a gamer. I am not, but I'm still gonna throw you in front of
a train.
A train. Look out! Oh, what?
I'm backing you up. Oh, look at you throwing me.
Ow! That's my arm.
That is not toward the subway tracks, though. I want to push you toward the subway tracks. Let me see if I can. Oh,
sweet. Nice punch. This is like a little drunken boxing style, I think.
Yeah, Flavor Flav, yeah.
Come here.
Let me see if I can throw you over my shoulder.
Apparently, I think that's me trying to do some kind of elbow and I missed it. Get him.
Oh.
Get him. Do it. There it is.
So you didn't play the original one?
I beat the last one.
Oh, really?
But they've turned, as the last game you might remember was a wrestling game.
Right.
Much in the Aki style. And this is a fighting game in which we are trying to knock each other out. There's no pins. I see there's no turnbuckle for me to fly down on you from.
I want to shove you into the subway train.
No.
Oh, there it was. I had my
That could have been it.
All right.
All right.
I think this is going forever.
Here, hit the right stick, dude.
Oh,
watch that.
This is when.
All right, I'm gonna let you special me if you can figure out how to do it.
All right.
I bet you have to grab me.
You think?
Yeah, that's how it worked in the last game. You're gonna hit the right stick again.
All right.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that's what's going on. That's a good note.
Oh my goodness.
All right, that's a good.
All right, that's a good one.
I think.
Well, that is Def Jam Fight for New York, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
I'm putting control.
I had to get the last shot in. Of course, on the spot would not be on the spot without your questions from the viewer. And you have some. I have some. Who wants to go first?
You go first.
All right. I got a question here from Kim Jorgensen in Denmark.
Okay.
Regarding Half-Life 2, does Gordon Freeman have twins, and will there be any co-op in Half-Life 2?
Being the Half-Life 2 buff, trying to follow it as much as possible. As far as we know at this point, there is not. There is no 2-player mode, and or at least co-op mode. Of course, the multiplayer aspect of Half-Life 2 is going to be all about the Counter-Strike source. And
I don't know if he has any twins.
Oh.
But my brother is an MIT graduate and does like messing things up with crowbars, but he can't grow a goatee, so no separated birth there.
I got one for you.
Okay.
This one comes from Ninja A out in Maryland. He wants to know, will Neo Contra, one of the cool games we showed last week, be good for people who are not familiar with the old school Contra games?
I think you should not be afraid of playing any game that is related to an old school game, especially Neo Contra. It looks like a lot of fun. You jump right in, you mash a lot of buttons, you shoot all kinds of things, you ride on dinosaurs. It's fun 2-player action. Yeah, you will probably enjoy it a little more if you know the old Contra, but
Maybe.
you will not be missing too much. It
didn't look like storyline had a whole lot to do it. And I can catch you up on the storyline of the other ones. Basically, you just went to the right and shot stuff.
And sometimes you went up.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got another one?
I got another question. This is from Bobby Cronin in Chicago, Illinois. Is it true that Halo 2 will support 4 players on one Xbox for live play? That would be awesome if it's true. I don't know the answer.
I don't know the answer either because, in all honesty, Bungie and Microsoft are being so tight-lipped about Halo 2. They haven't actually said anything. We're in contact with them on a daily basis trying to get as much information out of them as possible. So you can be sure when it finally breaks, it'll be here first. So definitely check back. We'll keep checking on that.
Cool.
I got another question from Chicago, Illinois. This one comes from David S. He wants to know, will Budokai 3 have online gameplay?
Well, I don't know.
Basically, from what we found out from that one event is no. But,
no.
Yeah, but keep out. Maybe they'll slip it in. You never know.
It seems like every game these days is getting online play. And with a franchise that's already in its 3rd iteration, one should come along that will have online play, I would assume, especially since it's a fighting game.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Right.
I mean, it's bound to happen.
It's bound to happen.
I mean, with that SmackDown action that we were showing a little while ago, SmackDown, Raw versus SmackDown, that game's going to have online play. Wrestling fans rejoice. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome. All right, I have another question.
All right.
It's, who's my man? Clark Ray, Ellensburg, Washington. I would like to see Doom 3 the mods on it because I haven't convinced myself to spend money on it because many of my friends said it wasn't worth it.
Wow.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Doom 3 is worth it.
Yeah, I think so.
But if you want to see some of the mods in action,
I think we should show them.
Okay.
And there is we do have some mod action already, right?
That's right. Let's GameSpot last week we showed off the duct tape mod, which shows how the flashlight, it gives you the flashlight the entire time during the game, so you can shoot and see things at the same time, and you can modify it to put any symbol you want on it.
That's
but
awesome.
I'm sure you want to see more mods than that. So
I think we should have it on the show next week.
Okay.
I think we'll do a segment with all kinds of crazy cool mods for you.
We'll get Craig on that. He likes playing that game.
He does. He loves playing
Cool.
that game. I got a question here from Tom in New York. He wants to know, does the crowd in Def Jam Vendetta come into play, the people standing around? From the little bit I saw, there wasn't any crowd in that, but from some of the stuff I have played and seen, it looked like there was some interaction. It looked like basically it was what your typical crowd interaction is, though. You get pushed up against them, they kind of shove you back in.
Right.
One of the other things is, like, one of the cool levels I got to play about a month ago was a level that was a ring of fire. It was awesome. And it's a ring of fire, and basically you play in the ring of fire, and if you get pushed up against it, you get caught on fire. So there is some kind of interactivity with the backgrounds.
Also, there are guys you'll see like holding a bottle or a pool cue. They'll hand it to you, and you can use it to beat up the guys in the ring.
Right.
But for more information on Def Jam Fight for New York, come back tomorrow. We're gonna have a ton of movies for you, a big impression story. I think it's Justin that wrote it, right? He's been the one playing the game the whole time.
Yeah, apparently
so.
he beat it last night.
Really?
Yeah, he said it was awesome. So.
I believe him.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Justin
So
knows
yeah,
his
come
games.
back tomorrow to the site for more information on Def Jam Fight for New York.
I do want to take this one question before we go. This is from Chris from San Jose, California. He wants to say that the high-res screenshots of Def Jam Fight for New York looks amazing. Specifically, the lighting, textures, and backgrounds, including interactive characters, look suspiciously stellar. Does the game actually look this amazing? From what we've just played, yes, it looks that amazing.
It looks cool.
It definitely does. But I think that's about it for the show today.
Yeah,
right?
I don't have any. I'm tapped for questions.
I got a ton of them.
Yeah, you do,
how
but
much time.
I have nothing.
I'll give you a couple more questions. Cool? Are we cool on time? I think we're cool on time.
Sure, let's go. Let's
All
keep
right,
going.
we'll get some more questions out there. Once again, if you're a GameSpot Complete member, send your questions in using the form on the page. If you have any feedback for us, on the spot at GameSpot.com, or if you want to join us live with your voice over the phone, go ahead and send your information, your telephone number, that kind of stuff. We'll get you on. Of course, you got to be free Thursdays, Pacific time, 4 to 4:30. But yeah, that goes without saying. This is Mitchell Lubin. He wants to know, is there any restrictions to who can get into the Classic Gaming Expo? From what I saw when I was there, it looked like people were just coming up, and I think they were either paying. I think they were paying. I think it was an entrance fee. But there were a lot of people there that weren't connected to the industry or anything like that. And for the most part, a lot of the expo was actually just vendors, people that came with their own collections and wanted to bring it out, bring their stuff out and show their games off. I mean, that Jaguar guy was just a guy that makes Jaguar and Lynx games and brought them there to sell. There was lots of stuff to buy. I was pretty tempted. There was a Vectrex that was looking pretty good. There was lots of fun stuff. The one thing, though, I think I might have to go to the next Classic Gaming Expo myself because there was a lot of stuff they had there that a lot of people seemed pretty interested in, and they were selling for a lot of money, and I've got a ton of that stuff. So I might
You couldn't fight with that, though.
I don't know. Like, you're talking about EEPROM boards of games that were really bad and like either came out or didn't for the Super Nintendo and Genesis. People were paying hell of money. It was like $150. It was crazy. But here's another question.
Is this our last question?
This is our.
Or do you have any other good ones?
I have all kinds of good questions. Here's a funny question I'll take. Andre Rice, Toronto, Canada. Probably didn't think you'd get an answer to this question. Who's the biggest bee lover at GameSpot? Tim Tracy. You know why? Because he dressed up as a big giant bee for Halloween last year, right?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Last year, 3 years ago.
Either way,
I was actually dressed up as John Belushi.
John Belushi. Oh, that's right. The funny thing about that, when we were doing this I Love Bees thing, Tim was like, "Oh, you know what we got to do? We got to go out on location, dressed up as a bee, and freak everybody out."
Well, you got to give it away. Coming soon to a GPS coordinate near you.
Yeah,
Tim
totally.
Tracy in a bee suit.
But that's pretty much. I have lots of Halo 2 questions coming in, of course. A lot of them are all about. This one comes from JC, Illinois, and basically they're all about when will the game go gold. We talked a little bit about last week. It looks like it's going to happen. It looks like it's going to come together here pretty quick. September 1st is what they're listing in some places. With all the things that we've been hearing with Counter-Strike Source and everything, and it seems that everything's moving in that direction. So I wouldn't be surprised if that date or right around that date is probably pretty accurate.
I remember there are a couple other questions we've been meaning to answer for quite some time. We keep forgetting. One, yes, I will be running around the office for some more office tours soon for the show. And two, yes, there will be more episodes of button mashing. In fact, we kind of have to clear out of here because we're about to shoot another episode with some more special guests.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for here today, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
You got a few messages for the people at home?
Yeah, sure. Tune in next week. We're going to look at Ghost Recon 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it should be very cool.
Excellent.
Looking forward to that. And
The one thing I do want to mention, and everybody's holding up the sign so I don't forget, is Prince of Persia 2. Check this out. Another on-the-spot first. I think this is like, what, 4 shows in a row now?
Sure.
4 shows in a row at least, on-the-spot exclusive. Prince of Persia 2, we got a trailer all queued up for you. It's going to debut right here on the spot. After this, you'll be able to find it on the site, so if you want to watch it again, download it, whatever, go ahead and check that out. But right now, we're going to leave you with Prince of Persia 2, and until next time.